And now, here's Bam.
Here's Bam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
A lot of drama this weekend.
Drama filled.
Is there background music anymore? Do we still do the background music?
Well, let me just.
There it goes.
I'm listening.
Let me just say.
You might need to change that beat.
Can you turn me up a little bit? I single-handedly saw my cousin go completely insane, and he's still, after 10 days, still in a mental institution.
Who, Kevy?
Completely insane. Yes. And Boof saw Mum do the same thing. Like, Mum was fucking manic depressive, bipolar. She was on lithium, everything in the book. Like, she would run out of the house naked, screaming at the top of her lungs, and everybody had to come and rescue her and, like, throw a blanket on her and shit. And Kevin is doing the exact same thing. Basically, is what happened was, he was working outside with my uncle Kevin, and he's the son, and they were out working on the yard, mowing the lawn, whatever. And big Kevin left, and little Kevin stayed. So he was sipping on beers, he stayed overnight, whatever. Next morning, he was asking what we were doing that day, and I said that, you know, the porn star Gina Lynn. Well, she's having a barbecue party. Like, he thought it was going to be like a porn party, like everybody's all fucking and everything, but it was just a simple barbecue with like chicken and a moon bounce.
Right.
Like, so,
It's just porn stars in the day off.
so
They're not
he,
shooting porn.
he shows up, shitbag wasted, thinking it's going to be a porn party. So every girl that walks by, he's rubbing his meat hooks all over them, and then every dude that walks by, he wants to fight them. So it became to the point where I had to leave early because he was so out of control that we made it to the note by, like, I'd say midnight. And as soon as we walked in, there was a girl sitting at the bar, and she was solo. She was just by herself. So he comes up, tells her she's sexy or whatever. Then the boyfriend comes up and goes, "Yo, why are you hitting on my girl?" He's like, "How the fuck am I supposed to know it's your girl? She's sitting there alone. What am I supposed to look around and at everybody and see if she's taken? I saw a pretty girl sitting there, and I'm telling her she's pretty. Ooh, sorry, you know." So now he's getting ready to fight this dude who's kind of a local. He tells Donnie, "Kick this fucking dude out." Now I jump in. I'm like, he ain't going anywhere. If anybody's getting kicked out, it's going to be you because he's my cousin and he's fucking staying. So now, dude, he got into a fight with Dunn. He got into a fight with Cameron. Him and Anthony, the bouncer, had a chokeout session against some car, poking each other's fucking eyeballs out to the point where the next morning his eyeball was still crooked. He had like a Don Vito wandering eye.
Who got their eye poked?
They both did. They were
who had the crooked eye at the end?
Kevy did, but Anthony was. I saw him looking in the mirror of a car, like trying to adjust his eye too. Like the left arm, both of their left arms were against their necks, and the other right arm was poking each other's eyes out.
Big Anthony?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So then I was trying to reason with everybody, like, Kevy, please calm down. Like, I was gonna throw a glass through the window at the note, and Jacasso stopped me and held me back. And Kevy sees Jacasso hold me back, so he wants to come up and fuck Jacasso up when we were just all together at Gina Lynn's house being friends.
You know, like in Terminator, where like the guy's got a target on, anyone. That's what it was, from one person to the next. I
made a code word with him that was called Cincinnati. I said, "Kevin."
Oh, you put one in my movie?
No.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
No.
He does. To me all
he's
the time.
Oklahoma.
Oh, you're Oklahoma.
I told Kevy Cincinnati. If I say the word Cincinnati, that means that you're out of control and you need to calm down and keep quiet.
Did he agree to this?
Yeah. Then 30 minutes goes by. He has no clue what I'm talking about. He's seeing right through me. He can't even comprehend Cincinnati. Let alone he didn't even know where he was. He's just trying to fuck everybody up. So then the Hummer pulls up, tinted windows. I couldn't really tell who was in it. I thought it was Seth, but it wasn't. So so I chuck him in the back of the Hummer and then drive him back here. Right. They go back to my house, and I am apologizing to everybody at the note who he kind of just fucked up. He beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, for those of you listeners that don't know, little Kevy is a force to be reckoned with when he's drunk. I always avoid him when he's drunk. If he's drinking, I leave the party. He's very intimidating, and Hannah summed him up one time and said, "Oh, little Kevy, you mean the dude who just gets drunk and wants to fight everybody?" Like, that pretty much sums him up. If he's not drinking, he's a nice kid. But, man, you do not want to fuck with him. I've seen him knock out,
His nickname is Prison Punch.
He'll still beat the fuck out of you, sober or drunk.
Dude, I honestly think
his girlfriend
either
a bitch.
him or Evil Jared Kevy is probably the toughest person that I've ever met. And I think that he wants to go back to jail. I don't think he's ready for society yet, and he feels like he needs to go back to jail, so he's just getting in any kind of trouble he possibly can till he goes back to jail. But anyway, he comes back here. I spend 20 minutes apologizing to everybody at the note. I come back in. Sean McDermott pulls up with Dave DeCurtis.
Oh, Lord.
And Sean McDermott's intro to me is, "What's up, Bam?" And then he taps me in the nuts, and I go, "Ooh," like that. Kevy sees that. He runs from across the room, knocks Sean McDermott's lights out, and then
right
in his fucking face. And then he kind of gets up like, whoa, and like all dizzy and shit. And then he goes, "Don't fuck with my cousin." And then he just walks off.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You think it's a combination of mixing like hard alcohol?
Dude, I don't know, but like I know that there's a lot of PCP in Marcus Hook, and I'm not saying that's what he did, but maybe, just maybe, he did loads of PCP and went completely fucking bonkers.
Allegedly.
Or he didn't do anything at all, and he's just completely nuts like Mum.
I think he's nuts, but not in Mum sense nuts. Because I think Mum got her nuts.
Well, he's going in that direction. He actually told. Okay, so then when he wakes up the next morning, I see him and Gicasso pull in from getting breakfast, and he got him a pack of smokes. They're friends. Yeah. 5 hours goes by. He calls up Mohawk wanting to kill him because he goes, "I was eating out some girl, and you and Gicasso were tapping your dicks against the back of my head, and I'm going to fucking kill you. Your day's coming. You don't worry, because it's going to be fucking fast, but you're going to die."
He threatened him over the phone.
Yeah, and
threatened his life.
Yeah, Mohawk got so scared that he started up his car at my house and left. Yeah. And like,
changed his name from Red Mohawk to Dead Mohawk. That's how serious he was.
He shaved he dyed his mohawk blue to disguise himself.
Yeah. So then he goes home, tells his 7-month pregnant girlfriend that he was eating out some girl, and she's like, "What?" So I'm thinking that he sobered up like 9 hours later and realized what he just told her, and then changed the story to there was no girl and I didn't eat any girl out. I got raped by Mohawk and Gicasso. So then he goes to the fucking Avondale Police Department to prove it to his girlfriend, I believe. And he does the whole rape kit, everything, like everything. He's dead serious on that. I really think that he dreamt this, and he's sticking to the story. Like, he honestly thinks that it happened. And then on the way back, he thinks that his girlfriend is fucking somebody else, so he tears his entire house apart, like every last room, tearing it apart, looking for some dude that isn't even there. Then he gets into the car with his girlfriend, jumps out of a moving vehicle, tumbles to a stop, and then beats the shit out of the first person he sees. And then that's when Kevin, his dad, took him to a mental institution.
Can I ask a couple questions to clarify things?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to ingest here. And I've seen him go crazy before. And sometimes when people are under a great deal of stress, like,
well, he's pregnant with a girl that, you know,
and he doesn't handle alcohol very well.
And he doesn't seem happy.
So sometimes when people are like this, life becomes like. Did you ever play Mad Libs? Yeah. You know, you fill in the nouns, the adjectives, the pronouns, and it creates a skewed version of reality. Sometimes people under a great deal of stress do that with time and events, and they create situations out of figments of what actually happened. Let me ask you this, Gicasso. Without going into too much detail, did he eat any girl out?
No, there wasn't even any girls there that were.
The only girls that were here were
anywhere near him.
The only girls that were here were all taken. Veronica was here. Allie was here. Selena was here. They're all married or have girlfriends.
So there was no girl. There was no girl to be eating out with. I wonder.
There wasn't.
I thought it was, dude. I thought it was fucking funny at first. I'm like, what? Kevy thinks that they were sleeping. What? This is insane. Like, I thought it was hysterical. Now, I'm just, like, completely upset, and I think that, like, I'm bummed out because I think he's mentally, like, insane. Day-Day, his cousin, went to go see him in the mental institution. He wouldn't even hug him hello because he didn't want anybody to think that he was a faggot.